Now, Alex Hormozi just dropped what might be the most powerful AI tool in the business game right now for about 6,000 US dollars. And after testing it for about 24 hours, I can honestly say that it's not just a ChatGPT wrapper as I thought. In this video, I'm going to run prompts through it, compare it side by side with ChatGPT, and actually show you where it crushes and answer the big questions and if it's actually better. And the questions that are people asking, which is it worth the $6,000? Can't you just build this yourself? And how do you actually use it to grow a business today? Now, what this AI actually is, it's called like ACQ AI, which is AI Business Advisor, which is basically included in Hormozi's $6,000 bundle that he basically did a big $100 million launch on. Now, all of this right here is trained on his books, like $100 million offers, $100 million leads, and all the books that he basically presented. I think it was about 20 to 30 books. On top of that, it's private notes, playbooks from workshops that people have paid tens of thousands of dollars for, all his YouTube videos, podcasts, trainings, public and private vault. All of that data is basically put into his own AI. And that's why it's a little bit different than ChatGPT, because ChatGPT is general, a purpose, and sometimes it just hallucinates, right? This right here, ACQ, is a constrained walled garden. It's only Hormozi's proven frameworks that this model is basically trained on. So you can kind of get an understanding of how this works. Now, my first impression that it almost feels like Hormozi's literally like looking over your shoulder and giving you one-on-one coaching. Now, the first problem that I kind of want to run here is I run an ad agency selling basic management. How do I turn it into a irresistible offer? All right, let's see what it says here. Now, as you can see here, this is basically what it came up with, right? So quick intake, so pick the single best place. So you don't need ideas, you need one killer offer. To lock it in, I need 5 fast facts that I don't guess. What exactly do you serve? Let's say we started with local services, especially if you're starting out. I think that's the best thing to do to make money quickly. So let's say, okay, we start off with local service. What do we sell? Ad management, no setup fees or guarantees. Yeah, main channel, probably say like Meta and Google. Those have been the best and the easiest we've seen as well, especially for like if you're just starting out or not starting out, they've always worked great. Typical outcome right now, let's say making the clients more money and helping them get leads. Capacity and margin, how many new clients can you onboard in the next 30 days? So I would say like 10. Gross margin on fulfillment, not there yet. All right, let's see what it says. The nice thing about this is that it actually asks you more questions to basically come up with a better answer. And a lot like what we'll see here in a second as well with these, that it doesn't really do that. It just kind of like assumes a lot of things, right? So let's see what this comes up with right now. And yeah, this should be enough info to come up with a good answer here. All right, so let's see, came up with something here. Now, the single best move here is to switch from management to a grand slam book deployment sprint, right? As we thought here as well. So you're selling a commodity right now, right? A commodity gets shopped and squeezed. Create an incomparable offer with a premium one-time fee, stacked value, and outcome-based guarantee. That's how you actually escape the race to the bottom and charge more faster. So yeah, basically what the offer that they came up with is a 30-day book deployment sprint. So we launched Meta and Google, install follow-up and deliver a set number of book deployments in 30 days. Client cover ad spend. Price, $4,000 one time, no retainer. Kept at 10 new clients per month to protect delivery. Guarantee no pay without performance. If we don't hit the agreed appointment together in 30 days, we keep working for free until we do. This aligns with incentives and crushes risk. So this is almost like a grand slam offer that it just like came up with. What's included? Stack value and certainty, ads that convert, speed to lead, right? So just like the follow-up can be easily done with Go High Level. If you have any questions about that, by the way, just drop them down below. Booking infrastructure also can be done with High Level, super easy. Conversion kit, so phone scripts, SMS templates, etc. Daily KPI, so they can basically see what kind of like results they're getting. Weekly optimization call with a team member to make sure that they actually get the results that they're asking for. Now, this is pretty solid. This is almost like something that I would actually implement. And this is a really, really good answer. Terms that protect you, of course, like the client has to answer calls within 5 minutes, use your script and keep the calendar open per your capacity plan. If they don't, the guarantee pauses. And as a conditional guarantees convert typically 2 to 4x better than actual weak ones. So it's very important that you have that in writing as well. So it's actually very dope that it already thought about this. How to sell it? You say, oh, this is a very good one. We don't do retainers. We run a 30-day sprint to install the whole system and deliver X book deployments. If we miss it, you don't pay until we hit it. It's $4,000 and you cover the ad spend. Fair? And if they say that it's too expensive, you say like, hey, no worries, must pay in full to save, but we can split it in, let's say, half now and half in 30 days. So basically like a payment plan downsell, right? Objections are usually like too much now or not too much in total. So that's actually very smart. It already thought about like, hey, let's offer them a payment plan if it's too much. Now, why this works, your exit comparisons boost click-throughs, close more, and command premium price with a one-time outcome-based package. Agency who moved from retainers to a one-time performance-wrapped offer collected dramatically more cash up front. That's something that we saw as well. And it even said, I stepped on a gym floor and learned the game the hard way. Make the offer, do the selling. Winners win because they decide to outwork and outlearn. This is something that Hormozi would literally say like in a lot of his videos. So it even gave like the next steps here, like rename your 30-day book deployment sprint, right? You rename your offer to that. Write the one sentence promise, which is the guarantee above as well. Load the deliverables and KPI dashboard into your onboarding and update your deck website and start pitching it on every call. And book 10 sprints max this month. Execute race prizes after 10 wins. Decide, commit, and launch a sprint offer right now. Now, let's try to do the same thing actually on ChatGPT, right? And let's see what it says here. So as you can see, like it came up with a much more basic offer, right? It says so move from service to outcome, right? Stack and risk reversal. So just to make it fair, let's just give it the same info that we gave to the Alex Hormozi AI and let's see what it comes up with. As you can see, it's a lot more generic. And of course, like you can try to upload like all of his books to ChatGPT and all that kind of stuff, but it will still look at like other sources, sometimes even like Reddit. And that's the nice thing about this AI is that it only looks at what Alex Hormozi has said over his almost like an entire career here. I mean, we can keep trying and keep going, but I feel like for this specific prompt, definitely the Alex Hormozi AI one. So let's try basically our next one that we have here. All right, so here's basically our next prompt, which is I charge $150 an hour to doing wealthy kids. How do I make it a no-brainer? Let's see what it says. All right, so here I basically came up with an answer. So quick intake so that they pick the right play. So what I like about the Hormozi AI is that it asks a lot of the right questions before it basically gives you the right answer, right? So let's type it in here. So for one, apply with ABC and quick notes. Okay, so what do we, okay, A and C, right? A, B, and C. For the first one, goal and engagement length and real results, probably say like 4 to 12 weeks. Current average results, I'd say GPA up. I'm from Europe, so we have all these different terms, right? Format, one-on-one in person, one-on-one online, or small group, either B or C. Capacity per term, let's say like 10 to 25 students. Let's say what it says. Replace hourly with a Grand Slam offer, 12-week GPA surge. So stop selling time, sell a guaranteed outcome. That's how you basically become incomparable. Hours basically screen commodity. You don't want to make it do that. Raise your child's GPA by 0.5 in 12 weeks, or we continue working with you for free until we do. Conditional guarantee, very good. Format, online twice a week, 60 to 75 minutes for 12 weeks. Parents get weekly executive scorecard and recording. This reduces perceived time delay and effort. They see progress now. Proof, lead with your 2.8 to 3.4 in one semester case, result to increase perceived likelihood of achievements, blah, blah, blah. So all of this, pretty good offer. I basically wrote everything down as simple as possible, right? It didn't give like long answers like ChatGPT does that were super like service level. So flat program fee, PIF incentive, right? If they pay upfront, and anchor high. So like basically like a white glove IV track, right? Done for you planning unlimited support, etc. All right, so now let's see. Let's do the same thing in ChatGPT and see what it says. All right, so now that we look at ChatGPT, it basically said like, okay, $100 tutoring is fine. Parenting cost per hour instead of outcome for their kid, right? So again, okay, sell the transformation. It did that right. Package, don't bill by the hour, add proven positioning, stack value. But instead of like going deeper on what the offer should be, it just directly went into if I want a script instead of asking like, hey, what does it exactly mean? Like, what do I want to do here? So again, like ChatGPT, I would say like lost in this instant as well. Now let's basically go into our next prompt here. Our next prompt is basically I run a faceless YouTube channel and the biggest bottleneck is hook and see how do I fix it? How do I make more money? All right, let's see what it says here. So this is kind of like what it came up with. So to fix hooks and CTR fast, I need a snapshot. Answer these direct, short questions. Let's say for me, right, topic of the channel is helping operators set up their business for exit. Monetization mix, own product, and affiliates. Current metrics, let's say CTR below 2.5%, retention low 2, upload cadence 2 to 3 times a week. Creative process, I test always 3 thumbnails, title only 1. My team does everything. I do it, but have someone review those. And then 5 best videos were about systems. and stories. Course were more service level stuff. All right, let's see what it says here. It basically came with like the hooks, and the playbook sprained, right? So your CTR and retention are low because your first 5 seconds of packaging aren't signed a click. We fixed that by running my hooks playbook. Title first, 1 week of discipline reps will move your CTR above 5% and lift watch time. Why this works? It's call out plus amplified value. If they never notice you, nothing else matters. Spend 80% of your creative effort on the hook, not the meat. The headline is the most important lever, so test titles first, then image, then subheadline. And use 70-20-10 system to scale winners and only lightly explore new angles. Let the data do the teaching. That's some very, very good advice, by the way. That's what my mentor is also saying that I have for you too. So this in the next 7 days, build a hook, a bank, 2 hours, pull up your top 10% video and top competitors in your niche, and isolate only the hook lines, the first 5-10 seconds, and titles. Make a sheet, name, hook, views, and link. Good hooks pair a clear call out with a promised payoff, and visuals count as hooks too. Like that'll first assembly daily for each video idea, like write 12 to 15 titles using callouts. Hook the exact avatar, publish and swap testing. Now the advice that it gave here is really, really solid, right? As you can see. And if I were to put this, let's say like in ChatGPT, I could almost guarantee it wouldn't give the same answer. It gives a lot more service level answers here, and it doesn't really go as deep, right, as we want it to go. Now, I don't really have to go through this and read it over to you. You can always pause it, but I can basically tell you like this is not even remotely close to like the Hormozi AI result that we have here. So without further ado, let's go to like the second to last prompt here that we have set for today. All right, so this is basically the second to last prompt here that I had ready, which is I ran a $49 SaaS ads plus free trial funnel. How do I scale, right? So let's see what it says. All right, so to scale with a SaaS and a free trial, I need to find a constraint, right? So what's the ICP? Let's say it's real estate agents, right? We just keep it simple. Current funnels, trial opt-in, none yet. You sell annual or prepaid, yes, but no sales yet. Time to value, what's the aha moment and how long does it take for new users to hit it? I don't know yet. 5, cash constraint, can you float? A couple $100. All right, let's see what it comes up with. All right, so here's the answer it came up with. Client finance launch with a founding member annual plan, right? Sold via rule of 100. You don't have data or dollars. Ads, free trials, burn the cash you don't have, so we flip it. Get cash upfront, prove value fast, and then scale ads with house money. That's how I dug out when I was broke. So here's how we do it. Built one irresistible offer for founding members. Annual prepay, founding members 12 months, equivalent, anchor to 588. Price lower, $399, $499. Basically, one-on-one setup, migration, blah, blah, blah. Risk reversal. Hit your certain metric in 14 days using our steps or get 90 days free. Guarantee skills, hesitation, and increase response. Define the activation on how to engineer wins fast. Pick one moment that proves that it works. Make onboarding drive new users to that one outcome in the first session. Personalized onboarding material list, Ascension LTV as well. So basically, just like getting your hands more dirty and just making sure they're actually going to get results. Stop ads for now. Just do 100 cold call actions a day. Email, classic Alex Hormozi. Get up to 25 to 50 founding seats, etc., etc. Your next step is to basically write a 7-day founding member offer, define your single activation metric, and send your first 100 cold messages by tonight. Winners win because they decide to. I stepped on the gym floor and still hit my reps. Do yours today. For this one, I'm not going to compare with ChatGPT. We're just going to go straight into the last one. Now, the last one that I had here isn't this just ChatGPT trained on his books, right? So let's see what the Alex Hormozi AI is actually going to say here. All right, so let's see what they said to, isn't this the ChatGPT trained on his books, right? And no, it's Alex Hormozi in the box, built to apply my frameworks. Pick one winning play and make you execute, not some generic creative consulting. It's kind of like what ChatGPT has been doing with all these answers. It's a disciplined applicator that searches my material, sizes the pages, and forces action like the rule of 100, value equation, and hooks that actually move metrics. Winners win because they decide to. I outlearned everyone by becoming the best student and then doing the reps daily. This system forces that. What makes the difference? Single best plays, not options, right? So if you constrain his leads, we run hooks, because if no one noticed your ad, nothing else matters, right? Hooks can basically 5 to 100x attention. Inputs over output. We push rule 100 over 100, primarily actions a day for 100 days. Hook first, ad building. 80% of ad prep time is spent on the hook. That's why your CPMs drop and CTR climbs. Offer first thinking, we optimize the value equation. Client not invented. Every move ties back to a page or playbook you can verify, so it's no fluff. I was terrified of being average. I slept on a gym floor and built from $0 by doing the boring daily work. And And this is built to actually make you do that work faster with fewer mistakes. Now, if you want me to fix your leads now, we run the hooks to lift your pay that's faster. I will execute, blah, blah, blah. Your next step is answer these 3 questions. So basically dives back into like your business, right? But it also explained it very well and very, very short, as you can see. It doesn't really go over like service level shit. Now you're probably wondering like, hey, isn't this again ChatGPT trained on books? And from what I saw and everything that we did today, I honestly don't think that that's the case. It's trained on him. It's just on his books, on all of his trainings and everything that he's basically done. And it doesn't look at outside data like ChatGPT does with like Reddit, etc. Now, another question that I got is like, hey, how do you get access? It's only like the 6K money models bundle. So some didn't get the link yet. Check the school for updates. If you want a free workaround, by the way, just join communities where people test the prompts out, or if you want me to test your prompts, drop them in the comments down below and I'll make another video on it. And then a lot of people ask me like, hey, is it worth the 6K? If you're just a beginner, probably a little bit overkill. Most of the time you already know what to do. And if you're building like a coaching agency or anything else and you already have some money in your pocket, it basically condenses like 10 years of Hormozi. Shortcut to clarity. Now the final takeaway is like, hey, ACQ AI is not just like a wrapper. It's Hormozi in your back pocket and looking over your shoulder. The difference is that, hey, it's not just some generic brainstorming and giving you like long fluff answers. It's actually like action-oriented coaching and straight to the point and gives you very short answers. So every output, what's nice about this is that it answers or ends with, here's what to do today. So it actually gives you straight away action steps that are short and straight to the point. It's honestly, to me, this is a game changer for offers, funnels, pricing, and hooks, in my opinion, because it has so much data of what's been working, and especially with Alex Hormozi. If you want me to run your prompt through Hormozi AI, just drop it in the comments down below and I'll use it in my next breakdown video. Also subscribe if you want more real tests like this and not just theory, but actually proof. So yeah, also I'll just drop another video here on the screen if you want to check more out, and hopefully see you in the next video. Peace.